This video is to showcase the results from activities 1 through 8. I hope I'm doing this right because it was supposed to just be a 2 to 3 minute video, so I didn't record the whole experiment. But basically, for activity 1, the hydrochloric acid and the sodium were mixed together, and it was actually a chemical reaction. There was no physical changes. The color didn't change. It remained clear or colorless, but there was bubbling when the chemicals came in contact with them, kind of like a spontaneous reaction, which made me think that it was a chemical reaction. There was only a 1 degree difference in temperature, though. For activity 2, with the water and the sodium polycassonate, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was actually a pretty cool result. When the water came into contact with the solid, it became cloudy and it was colorless, but the combination created like a gel-like consistency. Um, and there was a temperature change with the chemical reaction. It went from 22 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius. So it became a kind of like a solid, kind of like a gel-like solid. For activity 3, it was the copper and the sodium, and when you mix them together, the consistency also became thicker, but it was still a liquid. And the color changed from the light blue of the copper to a dark cloudy blue. There was a slight temperature change from 23 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius, but with the temperature, I would say because a colorless chemical combined with the blue chemical to make that deeper, as well as the consistency change, kind of let me know that there was a chemical reaction. For activity 4A, um, it was the candle. Obviously, that was a physical change. The candle melted while with the burning of the flame. Which was a physical change from a solid to a liquid, but I put that it was physical because I don't think it changed the bonds of the chemical, because when you extinguish the fire and let it go back to the original temperature, it will go back to its original consistency of a solid. So there's no actual change as far as the candle itself. With the 4B, it was the ice, where we melted the ice. That was just a physical change from a solid to a liquid. Of course, if you refreeze the water, it will turn back into a solid again. Number 5 was the water and the sugar. I put that was just a physical change. You're basically just combining the sugar and the water together, but there's no actual chemical changes. Number 5 was water. Oh no, number 6. I'm sorry. 6A was the sodium with the phenolphthalein. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry, but when you combine those two, which were both clear, it actually reacted to purple. It turned purple, and then which to me was a chemical change, because when you take two colorless objects and you put them together, when they turn into a color, that lets you know that there was a chemical bond change within these substances. And then let's see, for number 6B, it was the hydrochloric acid. And with that one, there were no visible changes, but there was an increase in the temperature from 23 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius, which to me indicates that maybe there was some kind of bond chemical change, because there was an output of heat when they reacted with each other. Number 7 was the copper and the sodium. The copper was blue, the sodium was clear. When you combine them, it turned to a dark blue. And it became a thicker consistency as well, with an increase in temperature. All those things indicated that there was a chemical change. And then number 8 was when you took the Oh, the blue and the yellow food coloring and water and mixed them together. It was just a physical change because it was just the natural um, color mixture turning to green, which happens naturally anyway in the color spectrum. And so that was just a physical change.